we have to be very careful also with our development of. That's why we have a lot of arguments with aromatic rice and all those things. So don't say that we have to do all aromatic, everything aromatic. I tried aromatic rice in my farm. Boy, you have all the rats there. So you have to be very careful in all these things. At the same time, once you sell it to the farmers, to the traders, the same price. So better can do. And put some pandan there. Then why make yourself complicated? If you want basmati type, you just get the popcorn smell for the easy. Simplify your life.
What is your best moment and your worst moment at IRRI?
I know my worst when I lost my hair, but my best moment really is to see the varieties in the farmer's field. When the first time I went to Bangladesh, when the variety they are planting, they are eating, you are like a god there. You start bowing. These are the bonus that you will not really, a bonus of your work that you could not really, you could not imagine, or you really be amazed of what's happening with the varieties. You can see the farmers planting the variety that came from your hands, and you selected that one, and they are eating it and they are enjoying it. That's the achievement that that I cherish a lot. And the worst moment, nothing. The worst moment maybe is when I'm leaving you. The second is OCS. I have no control of the leaves of my people. It's like automatic one day, they go and leave. Then before 24 hours, they apply again, so they could have a series of leave for 1 month, or one day only. So I'm just joking, but yeah, that's my happiest moment, and my second happiest moment is the other one is the confusion there is we have to share our materials. Especially for us, for me, sometimes I share my materials and it's not acknowledged. Example, it was been released and they are using your materials like the FL478. So the most of that variety is released all over the world. Everyone is talking about it. There's a lot of publication about salt tolerance on it, but I don't care if, as long as it's being used by the farmers, being used by the people, because you have two choices when you sign. One is you just keep all your materials with you without sharing unless you're acknowledged, or you just share it, and it will be used by the farmers, or else you'll just be keeping it, and it will be just be there until you die. So it's better to share it and forget about it. But of course, it's not the property rights, it's the sharing of the products. That's why the critical point of this breeding for transforming rice breeding is the trade development team will have their initial product, they have to give it to the varietal development team. And the varietal development team have to give their babies to the met or injured for final testing. So you have to give up your initial products. Sometimes we breeders, we want to go A to Z. No, it's not your work.
Okay. And I have a question here. You use an analogy of assembling a car in plant breeding. Some do this, some do the second stage, and so on. Now, ever since we talk about this pipeline thing, I always have this doubt in my mind that if you very restrictive on your scientist as a breeder, that assembly line concept, would it take away the artist aspect of it? Meaning your creativity in genetics and in breeding. So I wonder in the long term, if you continue this path, is such job attractive to creative breeder?
A very good question, but I'm in this transforming rice breeding That's why I call it the guided breed. Because along the way, we have this process. But as I always mention to everyone, you have to be very creative at IRRI. There's rules, but you have to be creative too. You could play around. There's a rule there, but you could do your hobby here. You could throw something like an urban rice, you could do something which is not really going this way. So you could go to the process. That's why you have to guide the dream. It's like an artist, okay? If you're an artist, you just draw whatever you. If you don't like, you don't draw. If you like, you draw. Then what happens? You're like a starving artist. Okay, you must have something to produce something at the same time to feed your family, to produce some paintings for sale, but you have your masterpiece also which you want to. It's your hobby. So if you're a breeder, go with the process, with the transformation, with the structure, with all the process. At the same time, you could play. You could do your genetics. You could play with magic. You have some sideline there, but you are evaluated on this process. But you could play around. So that's my. I'm not worried with that one. Like now, I have still a lot of toys around me to play with, like what Maro is doing. Because we don't want to have an instant noodles. We have to do, as I told you, good food takes a lot of time.
Just one more comment, sir. But I sort of see IRRI's prime breeding or scientists, breeders or scientists, have a different role than in a private industry, because a lot of people look up to what we do. So if you're not creative and innovative, very soon you will be basically breeding technicians. That I'm concerned about that. If we fixing to a straitjacket on the breeding program on pipelines, I do think that you turn into an industrial model, and then the world look at you, they can look at Pioneer for that matter. But we play a different role in this world of breeding for rights, right? So I see IRRI role is slightly different than an industrial role.
Yeah, this is different, but of course their target is different from our target, because my idea before, because I have been with 5 DGs, and what we are informed is we should not be developing varieties itself. We have to develop parental stock or pre-breeding materials, not training. If they will be used as a variety, as a bonus. But we should have this. Like for salt-tolerance, I have 1,000 leaf lines with different traits. One some red rice, long grain, japonica type, indica type, red, blue, no blue. So we have to assemble this germplasm, different germplasm. But we have to use the process to make it efficient. Because that's why you have to guide your dream. It's like democracy. You have guided democracy. It's like conducting a meeting. You don't go to a meeting that you start ideas there. You have to have your small group first to discuss what should be the outcome of that meeting.
Yeah, you gotta, excuse me, have to come in. Thanks, Glenn, thanks, Hay. You pretty much answered the question as I would have. I mean, your last remark is, you don't go to a meeting without an agenda. Why would, you're gonna waste your time. Now, Hay, your question is very interesting because you have a premise in your question. And your premise is that IRRI, in all of its activities, is equal to the breeding program that Glenn laid out. But we know that that's not true. The targeted breeding and the breeding pipeline is where you actually assemble your knowledge into a way where it can be used by others more efficiently. That doesn't count all of IRRI's other activities in genetic resources, gene discovery, etc., which is also part of IRRI. So if you make the assumption that IRRI is a breeding institute, like Pioneer, then you're right. But I challenge your premise. I think your premise is completely wrong. And so I think that's where you have to be careful. Don't make the mistake that saying IRRI is a plant breeding institute. Plant breeding is a very important part of what IRRI does, but that is not synonymous with IRRI.
Okay. No more question? Okay. So please join me to give a big applause. Thanks for the excellent presentation. Here we have the certificates to show the appreciations from IRRI, also from our research seminar committee. Thanks, Glenn, for the excellent talk and also the excellent lessons to us.
Thank you.
Okay, thank all our audience.